Hey, welcome once again to Sports Zone. My name is Bob Wheeler, and my old buddy here, I shouldn't say old, my buddy here.
No, you really shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Jerry Bissett. You know Jerry. If you don't know Jerry, you haven't been watching the show long enough.
That's right.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm hanging in there.
Winter's here.
No, that's never stopped you before from playing golf. What happened?
I'm hoping it warms up enough Saturday.
It's supposed to be up in their 60s.
Yeah, by Monday.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to play Monday, too.
So get out there, man.
I'm ready.
No more excuses.
That's right. Then I'll be able to say that I played in every month this year.
Would that be
That'd
something?
good. Yeah, it'll be.
In the state of Michigan?
No.
No, partially in Florida.
For 3 months.
Now, you know, the weather outside is kind of nice today. It's getting nicer, but it doesn't matter what the weather is. It's a good day to run.
Every day's a good day to run, I heard.
And this is their favorite kind of...
Who did I hear say that?
This guy right
Oh,
here.
that's
John
right.
Davison's here, folks, with the some of the cross-country runners, the Division II state champs this year. Yay! Bravo!
Yes.
What an accomplishment. That's great. John, welcome. How you doing?
Great, outstanding.
Great
How are
to
you?
see you. I'm hanging in there. You got your troops with you, some of your troops. You want to introduce them all to us?
Yep. Well, right next to me here is Buddy Broski, the super freshman.
Bud.
And then this is All-Stater Cody Smith. And then that's Trevor Holowati. And then next to him is Austin Cromrock.
You know, we see Trevor all the time here at Channel 6.
Well, I heard he works here. Yeah.
He made it a real problem
No,
this year.
he takes a nap on the couch.
Oh.
That's what we see him for. But John, tell us about your Division II championship.
Well, it all kind of started about 2 years ago. A former employee here, Tommy Brenner, and I were kind of looking at the guys coming in and who we were going to have. And we really felt like this year was going to be the year that we had a shot to do it. Because Buddy Broski was coming up, and there was going to be a lot of, we had a lot of talent already. And as it stands, they came out and they really started talking about it last year at the end of the spring, about winning a state championship this year, and the guys really committed themselves, and they dedicated themselves to working hard, and it all worked out for us. We ended up going undefeated. We defeated 191 teams this year. And so in cross country, you can, at one invitational, at the Portage Invitational, we ran against 39 teams at one time. So it's a little different than other sports.
Right.
And it's a little different too, because low score wins in cross country, which a lot of people don't understand. I always tell them it's like golf,
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing about cross country is that you don't know who won until after the scores are tallied. So at the end of the race, you can't hardly tell who won, especially at the state finals, And so you got to wait for the scores to come out, and it's just a grueling wait. But so especially at the state finals, that was, at a smaller invitational you can usually tell, but there we didn't know. And but it was a grueling wait. But in the end, it came out. We were on top, and that was our the last meet of the year, and we haven't lost to one team yet this year. So
You mentioned Tommy Brenner, another Channel 6 alumnus here.
that's right.
Took off out to the West Coast out there.
Yeah, he's in the dream job
The
out
dream
in
job,
California.
yeah. But there's not a day goes by that you guys don't run or do something kind of training, right?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, we have a training plan that we stick to, even on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas, go run, So, and, they know that that's what they have to do if they want to win, and we like winning. So, if you're not going to play to win, then why play at all? That's the way we look at it, and so that's our goal.
Why keep score?
Right, why keep score,
That's right.
exactly.
That's
So we definitely go for it, and these guys know how to win, and they worked really, really hard for this goal, and all I do is yell a lot. They're the ones who do all the work.
That's it, though. It's all work.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to tell my daughter when she was playing softball, you can't wish yourself better.
No,
The only way you're going to get better is work.
Right,
And
absolutely.
That's what, obviously, these guys worked hard.
Well, that's what we talked about, is like we said, you can't wish for a win, you can't hope for a win, you can't, think it'd be nice to win. You have to get on the line expecting to win, and you got to put the work behind it in order to make it happen. And these guys definitely did that.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. What an accomplishment.
Oh, fantastic. That's the second state championship for St. Clair High School in the last couple of years.
Yeah, last year.
So that's a pretty good deal. Well, who's next, I wonder?
Well, we're hoping it'll be us again.
Wouldn't that be something, a repeat,
Yeah,
eh?
absolutely, a repeat.
And then we go on for a three-peat and a four-peat? And all that.
Well, yeah,
One step at a time. One peat at a time.
One
right?
peat at a time, exactly. Yeah.
Cody Smith, you're the number 2 runner.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. What's involved with being number 2?
You have to run really hard and push your teammates, and they'll push you too. And you're just, pushing each other, and we switched out a bunch of times, like who was our number 2. So it's just about running hard.
Now, what is your best time this year?
I ran 15:51 at States.
You did?
Yeah.
That's your best of the
Yeah.
year.
That was the last race. I ran my best time there.
So probably that track down there at MIS was a benefit to you.
Yeah. And there's a lot of competition there too to help you run fast.
Okay. Now, as number 2, do you compete against other number 2s in the race, or just you compete against yourself and the clock? Which is it?
We compete against other number 2s because you're scored based on what number you put in front of other numbers on different teams.
Okay. So your 15:51 was the best number 2 time, or where were you in line there?
I was number 2 and 3 kind of this year, and so number 1 was the best I was earlier in the season, and then Brennan started getting really strong about the 4th meet, and then we were kind of switching for number 2 and 3 and 4.
Okay. So he's kind of older though, right? He's an old man.
Yeah.
You're still a youngster.
Yeah.
And speaking of youngster, who's number 3 here? Trevor?
Trevor.
Trevor? And what did you do this year?
I ran.
Besides take a nap on the couch in there.
I ran a 16:02 earlier in the season, and I ended up running 16:09 at state finals. But I stayed mostly number 3 and sometimes number 2 on the team, and like once as number 1. But then after that, just stayed number 3 for about 4 meets in a row.
Oh, now why does it switch back and forth then? 3 to 2 to 1 to 1 to 3 to 4 to 6 to 9 hike? No, what?
Well,
what causes that?
Like during the race, say Cody was number 3 and I was number 2 on the team. If he beat me during the race, then he would move into the 2 spot, and I would switch spots with him if nobody else beat me from the team. But if you stay like ran as 3rd on the team, but you got 5th in the race, you'd still stay number 3.
Okay. So being that Cody's number 2 right now, that's the reason he can sit down, right?
Yeah.
And the other guy's got to stand up. Next year there's Austin.
Yep.
Austin, what number were you this year?
I was 7 and 8. And this
Okay.
year I didn't get to run at state finals like last year, but last year I was injured.
Okay. So you ran JV this year, did you?
Yep, number 1,
Number 1? And what grade are you in school this year?
junior.
You're getting old on me, buddy. You're getting old.
You
Yep.
ran varsity 3 or 4 times, right?
What was your best time this year?
17:03, and that was the one that we ran on, was that a Saturday?
Yeah, it was a Hurricane
Yeah.
Sandy 5K.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we ran during
Yep.
Hurricane when it was here on that. It was a Tuesday. Yeah.
But it was your favorite kind of weather, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all, every weather's our favorite kind of weather. There's
right-
no such thing as bad weather, only weak people.
Whoa, write that down.
Yeah.
Right next to you there in the back is a freshman, Bud, Mr. Broski, Matthew Broski. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm hanging in there. What was your best time this year?
16:15.
Now, what number do you run at?
I was all over this year. My highest was 2. Going into state finals, I was 2. And then I was all over from 2 to 7.
Okay. Can't make up your mind, in other words.
No, I didn't run very
I'm blaming your sister on that one, eh?
Well, you get 3 more years though to,
Yeah.
Yes,
to
he
get
does.
consistent.
Yeah.
I have a question for Bud. Since you're the freshman, is this the first time you ran at MIS? At Speedway in
Yeah,
Buffalo?
I've been there previous years watching Otis, and my brother ran.
But the first time you ran?
Yep, the first
Was it
time I
one
was
of the biggest thrills as far as, for you as far as cross-country running?
Yeah, it was probably my, by far my favorite. 'cause
I
we
haven't
obviously
been there
won.
before, but I've heard it's awesome.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, is it true you drove the Camaro pace car?
No.
No. Different race.
I was
right?
running around screaming and yelling.
Well, guys, one at a time here. Let's start with Austin. Tell me what you like the best about cross-country running.
The best about cross-country running is probably just being with the team, because our team is, everyone is just nice to everybody, and everyone just loves everybody. And we all just love to run together, and it's just a great feeling to be on a team like this.
All right. Trevor?
Probably the fact that
Be careful now.
if you ever feel like going running, you have like 30 other kids to call, and probably about 10 of them would drop what they're doing and go running with you, because it's always fun to run with people that you know, and they always like to, and probably Davison because he's a cool coach.
Brownie points there. Jerry, if you ever want to run, don't call me. Okay? Cody, how about you?
I think the positive atmosphere, like if we beat someone, then we don't get mad at each other. Like it's motivation to run harder the next meet, so you're always motivated.
Okay.
If you beat somebody on your own team.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And you're not going to win every time. I mean, people are going to run better one day than they did on
Yeah.
a different day.
Okay, Bud?
Probably the best part was winning, because we haven't lost, and it was great.
It's fun to
After, at the awards, going up on stage with the trophy, showing it off in front of everyone.
Yeah,
Kind of special going undefeated, isn't
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
that was all fantastic.
JD, what do you like the best about coaching?
The best thing about coaching is, I think, making a real difference in kids' lives. You know, you maintain friendships with them throughout their life. You know, Tommy Brenner still calls me from California. I just got a call from Lars McElroy from Maryland. You know, I just talked to John Cook on the way here on the phone. You know, he graduated in 2001. And, you know, just making some, actually just making some good friends with these kids, you know, and maintaining those friendships and making a difference in their life. And, you know, the best thing is that, you know, this is something that can transfer into life because, you know, I coach the team that we work extremely hard to reach a goal. And we set our goals high. We set our goals as the ultimate goal, winning the state championship. It's the holy grail of the high school sports team, you know. And, you know, we set that goal high, and it really teaches them that if you work really hard for something, then, you know, if you put the work behind it, you could achieve it. You might not get it the first time, but you just keep trying, and then eventually it'll happen, you know.
It's a lifelong sport, isn't it?
Absolutely it is, yeah. And you can
As
always
you've proven,
run.
because you're what, 95 years old and you're still
Yeah,
running.
exactly, yeah.
I was just going to ask you, how long have you been coaching?
I've been coaching since 1991. That's when I started coaching high school sports, and I've been coaching ever since then. And it's been a great experience. I mean, teaching and coaching both. It's the best job in the world, you know. I mean, I can't imagine doing anything else, to be honest with you. I just love the kids. I love teenagers, which is really odd for old people, you know. Usually we don't like them, you know.
Your music's too loud.
Right.
Turn it down.
I just like, they're a lot of fun to be around, and they keep you young, and, you know, and it's just nice to be there and you know, hopefully have a little bit of an impact on their life, you know. And plus, they're just great guys, you know. Coaching cross country, they know what hard work is. They know what pain tolerance is, and
They know
you
what
know,
self-discipline is. It's
self-discipline.
really easy to cheat and you don't do anything.
Right, exactly, yeah. And you know, they're intense people, and I'm an intense guy, so I like being around them, you know.
I know every time I drive through the downtown area, it seems like I see somebody
They're out
running.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a group of 3 or 4 or 5 kids out running.
Absolutely.
Cross-country team.
Yeah.
And you have a fun thing, too. You get to run with your son now. He's old enough.
Yeah, Ben runs with us sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes to camp with us and stuff like that. So we're not sure if he's going to run cross yet, or you know, play that other sport in the fall. But
The one where he breaks his foot? Yeah, okay.
But you know, winning a state championship in a community like St. Clair is extra special too. You know, it's like, you know, you win a state championship down in Warren or someplace like that, it's like, it's not as big a deal because it's, you know, it's so big. I mean, you just look at the Detroit newspaper, you don't see anything about high school sports in there almost ever, you know.
Right.
And but you know, in a small community like St. Clair, like you said, you see us running all the time. We've ran every street and every trail, and probably some we weren't supposed to in this town, you know. And you know, and then people see us and they honk and wave, and everybody knows who we are, even if they don't know our names, you know.
Uh-huh.
And it's just kind of nice. It means a lot more in a small community like St. Clair, and that's why I live here, because I like that kind of atmosphere.
And if they don't know your names, they can't yell at you.
Right, yeah.
Now, it was quite an honor to have you guys in the parade last week, the Santa Claus parade. You're kind of like the guests of honor, sort of, besides
Sure.
Santa Claus.
Yeah,
huh?
absolutely. It was that was a big honor. I was really glad that Sue asked us to do that, and we were really excited about being there. And you know, it was kind of fun. It was actually pretty nice weather too for a
Yes, it
parade.
was.
You know, it was great weather for running,
There you
but
go.
you know, it was even nice weather for a parade.
You
But
know, it's nice to have these guys sing behind me. I like that.
yeah,
That's-
absolutely.
Helped me out a lot.
Yeah, and I,
Me or them?
But again, you know, that's another thing too. You know, if you were a Detroit City school, and you wouldn't be in the Thanksgiving Day parade if you won a state championship. You know,
Right.
I mean, so you know, it's just really nice to have that kind of honor in this little town, and we really enjoyed it, and you know, made all the hard work worth it. To be honest.
Good. How many runners did you have on your team this year?
We had 24 runners on the team this year. Only 7 get to compete at the state finals, and as the guys alluded to earlier, you know, it's tough to make varsity on this team. And we had 11 guys total make varsity throughout the year. They kind of bumped back and forth. You know, Paul Snyder, he's not here, but he was on varsity all year. Right at the end of the season, he got sick. You know, but there's somebody to step up, and you know. Doesn't mean he wasn't a part of winning that state championship, because he helped us win all the other meets to get there, you know. And as Cody pointed out, if you slow down, you're going to get passed and you're going to get bumped,
right.
And so other teams, a guy might be able to have an off day and not get bumped down, but here with 15 guys under 18 minutes, it's you're going to get bumped,
Right.
So for the varsity, for a little extra incentive, I have these bags with numbers on them, and so they get to right after the race, they switch bags, and
that's
so
great.
yeah, so they that's where they put their warm ups in and stuff, and they have to wear that bag, and sometimes it's a great honor because I got the one bag, or even if you got the 5 bag for the first time, but every once in a while somebody has to wear the 4 bag, and they were number 1 the last week, and so it's just a little extra incentive for the kids to run.
How many are you
harder.
losing?
Well, out of the top 7, we're actually losing 4. Because Nathan Leonard's graduating, and Dakota Hazel and Brennan Schaefer, and Andrew Snyder. So those 4 guys are graduating. But like I said, we had 15 guys under 18 minutes, so we got plenty coming back.
We're looking forward to another state championship next year.
Well, that's the goal. We're already talking about it.
That's
so
what I like to hear.
Absolutely.
And you've already started practicing for it.
Oh, they run every day,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, we just got back from Wisconsin with Cody and Trevor, and all 4 of these guys went, actually. And we all went to Wisconsin for the Foot Locker regional race, and which was a lot of fun. 17 states come, and the competition's really good. And, Trevor and Buddy, we got to bring home a medal, so it was kind of nice. And
How far did you chase the guy for it?
so,
Tackle him and knock him down and beat him up and steal it, eh?
yeah, Trevor's kind of a brute like that.
Yeah, he is. That's why he takes naps in the...
Right. But so anyway, yeah, it's just been it's been a dream year. It's a dream season. I mean, I had a former state champion individually out of Sabtwell in 2007. And that was amazing, greatest race I've ever seen. But the team championship was a little bit more special. I'm not gonna lie, because everybody got to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And everybody ran well. Even Buddy said that he didn't have a very good race, but he's still a freshman. He ran 16:39 at the state finals, so it wasn't his best time, but he sure ran great for it. And he was our 7th man, but you put 7 guys at 16:39 or better, I don't see how you can lose.
That's right. That's right. It's amazing.
And it probably intimidates the other teams, too.
I would think so. Yeah, I would hope so.
You got to give hats off to your wife, too. She puts up all this stuff. running
Yes,
that
she
you do.
does. She puts up with me being gone a lot, and these guys. Every weekend mornings they're calling me, and I'll go run with them for if I have to get on the bike to do it, and so going off to Wisconsin for the weekend, and I'm going every weekend with a cross country invitational, but she's a good woman, so she really puts up with me pretty well.
Well, you're really dedicated to your coaching job, and hats off to you for that.
Oh well, thank you. It's like I said, it's the best job in the world. So
Now, this spring, will you coach track, too?
yeah, I'm the boys' head track coach, and
So you get these guys again.
absolutely. That's one of the best things about, at the cross-country banquet, a lot of times, the seniors are leaving, but you don't really feel like they're leaving because you're going to coach them again, in the spring, know. And so, all these guys will be out for track, and, we're going to have a great track season, too, this year. So I can already see it because we've got some solid sprinters and throwers, and we've got these guys.
Good distance
The
runners.
distance, our distance, everybody knows that about us,
Yeah.
that our distance crew we got a pretty good reputation around the state as being competitive every single year. So, because we've qualified for states, this was our 13th year in a row, and that's the longest streak in the state in Division II. So,
What took you so long to win it?
well, it's a little, we're not the only team that works hard out there. St. Joseph and Linden and Powers and, all those teams work just as hard as we do. And, we just put it together this year on the right day. And Linden made a heck of a run at us. They were only 14 points behind us, which was really close at the state finals. And, but they got a great coach and a great program too, so, he won it a few years back, and, this year was our turn. So
Now they're going to start looking to you and your program as a model to come up to. That's kind of
Well,
a neat thing, isn't it?
it is kind of a neat
And
thing.
it's an awesome responsibility.
It is an awesome responsibility, and I don't mind it at all.
That's wondering why.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a good problem to have.
Now, how much different coaching track is it from cross country? What do you do differently?
Well, track is a little harder because there's a lot more organization, first of all, because in cross country, I'm just the boys coach, and we go and we run, there's a varsity race and a JV race, and that's it, and so, and they're both running the same distance, so you all train the same. But in track, obviously, it's a lot different. But I've got great people to work with. When Joe Fouché, who's the head girls coach, Jessica Tomlin is the assistant coach, And then I got Pat Egan, who's our throws coach, and the four of us work together. We split up the responsibilities, and we all work together very well. And so that makes it a little easier, because there's 17 events in track, not just one. And so that's the huge difference. But the best thing about cross country is that it's just distance running, which I find to be, that's my personal favorite, which I don't think is a big secret. But so I only have to coach distance running. So I mean, I love my sprinters; they're great people, and the throwers and jumpers and all that kind of stuff too. But I don't really coach those guys. The other coaches, we split the responsibilities up. So
That's a good thing. You can focus on what your specialty
oh,
is.
absolutely, yeah, and that's why we've been successful too.
And Foosh has been around for 1,000 years, so he knows what to do.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably older than my grandpa, but so, but as I always say, he's been coaching longer than I've been alive. So, but he's a great guy. He's a lot of fun to coach with, for sure.
And he cares. He loves what he does, and
Oh, he does.
Not afraid to show it
absolutely.
either.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
yeah, I know my girls like to have him in class way back when. And
Yeah, he's probably the best teacher in St. Clair High School, I think. That guy, he knows what he's doing, and especially with English, So, and he's a great coach, too. He's got a lot of knowledge and, a lot of experience. And so it's been great to work with. And, I mean, well, I'm still going to work with him for a few more years. He's not going anywhere. So he's still got a son in high school. So
yeah, it's tough. Did we miss anything, Jerry?
I don't think so. I just wanted to say that, you guys not only made yourselves, your school, your city proud, but the whole area. You do something like this, make the whole area proud, bring home a state championship to our little towns around here. That's big. It's big time. So do it again next year.
absolutely. And Marlette was second in the state, too. So, they were in the Blue Water area
that's
as
right.
well, yeah. And we were competing with them all year. They ended up second, just barely. But they had a great season too, And Port Huron Northern had a great season too. They did real well in the Division I race, Qualified for the first time since like 1995.
Who cares?
Yeah. Well, we do. We
I'm a
care.
homer.
We care about them. So, because cross country is a little different too, because like you don't have to hate each other like football and basketball, And we run with them. We go up to Port Huron. They come down here. We train a lot with the Port Huron guys because we have similar training programs where they work just as hard as we do, and they're a bunch of great kids. And Craig Dickinson's an awesome coach.
And if it looks like they're going to beat you in a race, Trevor goes out and trips them, right?
Well, yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
That's his job.
Hey, during the race, we're not friends. Just before and after. So.
Well, John and gentlemen, thanks for joining us here today. Appreciate it, and congratulations on a great season. And you got a lot to look forward to next year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We hope to have you right back here on the same set next year.
I hope so
Wouldn't that
too.
be something?
Yeah, I'd love to have John on during track season.
Yeah, we'll get him back here.
Okay, absolutely.
If we can find the time. I mean,
Yeah, I know, it's hard. It's hard.
we may have to chase him down, tackle him or something,
There you go.
or put
You'll have to
flat
chase
tires
him
on
down.
his bike. Hey, we want to invite you to come back and join us next time right here on the Sports Zone. It's been a great year so far, and we've got about one more show left here before the snow flies, and we'll be back in 2013. Wow. Yeah. We'll be a little bit older then, won't we? Yeah. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time right here in Sports Zone. So long, everybody.